going on YouTube? I just wanted to do a couple videos where I talk about a few things. I'm not a news channel, so I don't create like news videos. So you're not going to see me specifically talk about different things on the news, but I'm not going to cover the actual story. So yeah, I'm just this will be commentary videos, and I'm gonna do a couple of these commentary type videos. Yeah, the one thing I was wanting to talk about for this video was the the Alfonso Ribeiro and also Raven Symone. Hopefully I said Alfonso's last name right. I usually get it wrong, so yeah. But their comments about the black community supporting them in their interracial relationships, I think it's kind of, to me, it's kind of strange for you to worry about that, about people and how they think about your relationship as far as just one community goes. Because of course there's other communities that would have opinions about your relationship, but the sole focus that they are focusing on the black community for in your interracial relationship is kind of weird to me. The only reason why I feel like it's weird is why does it matter? Especially for Alfonso, because it's. I would like to know exactly is it because of, I don't know. It's hard to say for Alfonso because if he's trying to look for support in the black community for like his projects or something like that, I would understand it more, but I haven't even heard of anything that he's doing. He hasn't been in a lot of things. So I was like, your main focus should be on how you're treated as far as Hollywood goes, more than how the black community is not supporting your relationship. It's very weird to me because every time I see him, if he does something, I'm always will watch it because he was a favorite. And as far as like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and stuff goes, so I always have that, wanting that support as far as people wanting to see your things and things that you worked on, projects and stuff like that. So it's not gonna deter anyone away from looking at something that you're doing. And I don't understand why it matters how the black community feels about that as far as your relationship goes. The black community never went against other actors and stuff like that for their racial relationships, like Halle Berry or like Dave Chappelle, or they never went against Eddie Murphy. And I'm like, so it's, as far as I know, they still get supported. The black community still watches a lot of things and stuff they do. So the relationship doesn't really matter to us as far as that goes. Yeah, you're still gonna have people make comments and stuff like that about your relationship. That's how a lot of some people are. They're just gonna do that. Some people, they just do not care whatsoever. Like myself, I do not care whatsoever. Especially when I was younger, I was more supportive of interracial relationships, but I'm more now seeing and hearing these different stories and stuff like that when it comes to interracial relationships is difficult. You get to that point where you have to think, and this is for people who try to go into interracial relationships. Are you going into these relationships because you only like them for the color of their skin or for the character itself? So yeah, people have preferences, that's cool. But when it becomes to a point where you're only dating them for that sole purpose, or you're only with them for that sole purpose of what their skin color and stuff is, it becomes an issue, because then you get some of those people who it's a fetish. And when it's a fetish, it's a problem. Because they don't care about you specifically. You're a part of their fetish. Even if they marry you or whatever, their whole goal is to fulfill that fetish, not necessarily your love and support, because that's what relationships should be: love and support, not fulfilling fetishes or fulfilling personal needs and wants. And that's wrong to put into relationships. So That's things that people got to look out for as far as interracial relationships and stuff goes. If that person is wanting you for that specific fetish or that specific fantasy that they have and wanting to fulfill. So, yeah, that's the only thing about interracial relationships I care about. And I think Raven said something about she would get looks and stuff like that. I'm like, you're gay, so it should be common, because I see it in a lot of communities, and I've talked about this before with different people, and we made arguments about this. Like, being gay, you're going to get looks anyways, you and your relationship, because people are going to judge you. Now, the judgments and stuff, you know, is going to happen because, you know, a lot of people with religious backgrounds and stuff like that, they're not going to be too accepting of you. But as long as they don't say anything to try to harm you in any way, it doesn't matter, because people judge you for anything you do anyways. But you're going to get those looks no matter what. So even if it's interracial relationship, the fact that you're gay also gives those looks. Which one of the arguments and stuff that I had with one person is he was like, he doesn't, and it's mostly with men that people have an issue with when seeing male gay couples together. The question or the things that they bring up is like, I don't want to see it. Why they got to display it, kiss each other and stuff like that. Well, I'm like, showing affection and stuff for your partner is natural. No one says anything about that with the straight couple. But you would say something, you pay more attention to it if it's a same-sex couple. And especially if it's a male same-sex couple. And I was like, the issue to me with that, of those people who would judge you or are going, ew, why are y'all doing this in front of everybody? Which I do behind closed doors, or don't show that in public. Well, y'all have no issues with it with a straight couple. No one pays attention to a straight couple. Why are you paying attention to this same-sex couple and what they're doing? Pay attention to whatever you got going on, even if it's in public. Why are you watching, dedicating your eyes towards these people that has nothing to do with you or what is going on with you? They're not hurting anyone. They're just showing their own affection. But you're steadily just watching them. That's the issue, is you. Not the couple. You are the issue. Because if you're steadily just voyeurism on people and other couples, then you have a problem with what you do when you're out in public. Because you're fantasizing about other people. So maybe straight couples is something you're wanting to see and stuff like that. And then when you see someone that's not in your fantasy or your ideology of what you want to see, then it's a problem. But I'm like, how about pay attention to what you have going on? Why pay attention to what they're doing, even if they're showing affection towards each other? So yeah, you'll get those looks. So I couldn't understand that as far as like Raven goes with the looks and everything goes, because I was like, yeah, black people, some people in the black community can judge you on who you date, especially if like family members and stuff like that. Yeah, they're gonna say something, they probably won't like it, but the history of attacking someone, harming someone, or killing someone because they're in an interracial relationship is not in the black community. I would just leave it at that. You can go and check the history on it of people who were attacked because they were dating someone who was white or black. And the history isn't with the black community in hurting and harming people because of who they choose to be with. So for you to inject it to only the black community and the one you're worried about is totally wrong, because yeah, there's some that have hurt people because of who they dated. Not saying that no one from the black community no one that's ever black has ever harmed anyone, but the major parts of the history of known attacks and stuff like that, seeing these attacks happening. So the one that's most known is not from the black community, where they attack interracial couples. It's more common in the white communities as far as like disowning their children for who they date. That's totally wrong, and I've heard that a lot when I was younger in high school and stuff like that, talking to fellow classmates or other white kids at the school. They talk about their parents and how their parents act when they see black people, or when they talk to them about their dating relationships. They don't want them to date black people. They don't want them, and they're more accepting if it's a Hispanic person. They say they're accepted, but they don't want them to date anyone that's black at all. I've had those talks with so many other students and kids when it comes to that, and they're willing to tell it all, and it's horrible. I just don't like the fact that they are bringing that onto one community, like we dictate everything that they do. Everything that y'all feel about y'all relationship is mostly them and their mentality. So Raven and Alfonso's is their mentality of what they think people want and what they think people see. Don't worry about that. It's your own mentality the reason why you left your relationship. It's not anybody else. No one's trying to force you to leave a relationship. If you're the one who chose to leave your relationship. You're the one who hurt your relationships because of how you think other people feel about you and how people may feel about your relationship. But you dictate that. You don't let anyone else dictate who you choose to be with. And that's been a struggle for many people. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that, have a conversation about that, because they've been popping up on different news things for a while. So, about them not getting support. Alfonso and Raven had just popped up with it. And I'm like, it doesn't really matter. Date whoever you feel like you're dating, you want to date. Forget everybody else who may have an issue with that. That's my talk for today. For this video, I'm going to do a couple more commentary type videos. Again, thank you all, YouTube.